Vault Studio, the best show in town. Show in town, let's show in town, let's show in town. Lights on, mic check, game time, let's go. Jay George, Scotty running the show. Rock on the mix, keeping it tight. NFL talk every day, every night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I'm your host, JA, and I'm joined by a couple of legends in our new improved studio,
baby.
Scotty and George. Make sure you get on the video, guys, and have a look at what we've done to the studio.
The video is an absolute must this week. One for my giant bicep, and two for this exceptional new studio.
If you can get past our shit heads, you can see the...
Don't worry about my head. Just ignore my head.
Yeah.
Everyone should just ignore my head all the time and look above my head to this beautiful splendor.
So there's still a little bit more to go. I've got a few more things I want to do. I'm going to put some lights in the shelving units and stuff like that, and a couple more shelves to put in to get it looking schmick.
I think the sexiness factor of this podcast has gone through the roof.
It's absolutely outstanding. And I was so committed to it that I actually did some painting, which was just
Shout out to James.
gut wrenching.
Did the lion's share of the work to get the completion done.
As I say, once my
It's come
autism
really good.
kicks in and I want to get something done to a timeline, it's very rare and very specific that I want to do it.
Specific is the word I would use.
It looks awesome.
Yeah,
I think
ask your wife about that front deck. She'll tell you all about
Hey,
it.
I did the front deck.
Hey.
I did it. I
Mate,
did it. I'm in the
started
cookbooks.
you had to. Your life was on the line, bro.
It was either get the deck started or find a new place to
New
live.
place to live,
And
yeah.
spoiler alert, I'm still living here, so
Yeah.
it's good. Good times are good. New studio. Check it out. Let us know if you've got any. If you like it, you don't like it, whatever. Let us
Well,
know.
if you don't like it,
If you want to know, some of the helmets all behind us are all signed by players. So if you want to ask who they are, let me know.
yeah,
and
it's a
shoot us a message.
pretty sweet little setup, mate. I told you, 2025, 26 is the year we're upgrading, bro.
Well,
We're
another
upgrading.
thing
We're
that
flying
we can announce at the show. Obviously, get onto all our social medias: TikTok, Instagram,
Absolutely.
Facebook, YouTube. YouTube's been really good. Loving all the comments. Instagram as well, and all of them actually. Just keep going better and better. But we're actually going to be doing 2 shows once the season starts
That's
this
right.
year.
Breaking news.
We have done Red Cup betting in the past, which was purely just a short betting show on a Sunday night. We'll be going to a full preview show, live show. It'll be Sunday nights most of the time, sometimes Saturday, but it'll be on the weekend at some point.
Yep.
We'll be doing live shows for the previews as well.
That's going to be rad. I'm really looking forward to that
Yep.
too, and get a bit of interaction with everybody as well.
Yeah.
During the live show is going to be sick.
That's why I love the live shows. People can ask questions,
Yeah.
comment. If they think we're an idiot for something we've said, let us know, and we can
I mean, most
talk
people
about
think I'm an idiot, so that's pretty fair.
it. Well, everyone. in this
There's a
room.
few people in the room as well.
Well, you guys are most people, so yeah, that is fair.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's get into the first topic. This one.
Hey, there's plenty going on this week. Plenty going on.
Well, we discussed
it's
this a little
strange,
bit
isn't
last
it?
week. Yeah, go.
There's like plenty going on, but then there's nothing.
It's
like, you know
there's
what I
plenty
mean?
Of I'm not going to lie. The holes I get myself in watching training camp footage is of any team. I couldn't care less. Just watching these guys train is phenomenal to me.
How much of that is just because you're starved of football? I was glued to that Hall of Fame game last week. Bro.
So actually, you know what? The Hall of Fame game, I watched the first 3 minutes and was like,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was the exact same.
I had the phone up at work, and I was just like, just kept watching. But I was loving
like it's
it,
good
bro.
to have football back.
Oh,
I was excited for football to be back, and then when I saw what was happening, I was like, I can go without this.
Hard Knocks, first episode for the Bills. Hard Knocks was last night, I think. So if you're in Australia, it probably will be tomorrow. You'll be able to get it on Game Pass. I'm sure it's on YouTube and stuff now.
Yeah, I'll be
already.
able to find it for sure.
So get on that and watch the Bills. I don't know. I've lost the shine on Hard Knocks. I
was over it a long time ago.
Yeah, I haven't finished one for about.
It'd be cool to
5
see Josh
years now.
Allen, only just
Yeah, the
because I
Bills-
like him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
The
Bills are a
Bills
good
would be
team to
good.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they've got aspirations, I guess. First topic we touched on this last week. It was the rumblings of this happening with Micah Parsons in Dallas.
Parsons.
Michael Persons. as who he actually made his TikTok account Michael Persons.
Yes.
Did he really?
Oh,
Yeah.
outstanding.
Yeah.
That's such a troll move.
So he came out, released a full
I
statement,
love that.
paraphrasing, but basically it was, I feel disrespected, I feel unwanted. They've tried to have secret meetings with me without my agent, which there's a bit of speculation around that if that's actually true.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah.
He now no longer wants to be in Dallas and wants to be traded. This feels very T. Higgins from a couple of years ago, which funnily enough was the same
Miles
agent.
Garrett.
Miles Garrett. I'll just give my little spiel on this to start with.
Go ahead.
If it was my decision, I'd pay Micah Parsons. I think he's a fantastic player, and I don't want him to play for any other team. As much as I don't love all his antics, we've talked about this many a times. There's not many guys as impactful as him as a defensive player in the NFL. He's probably in the top 5 for best defensive players in the NFL.
On his day, when he's playing well,
Yep.
one-on-one, he's basically unblockable.
100%.
Basically.
And he's versatile. with
There's
his
maybe
positions.
like 2 or 3 tackles that can properly block him
Yeah.
and handle him. But other than that, when he's playing well, he's a force.
And that's in the running game and the pass
Yeah,
rushing game.
he's
Like,
he's a good football. Anyone
he's a
that's saying
star.
he's not good
Yeah.
doesn't know what they're talking about.
My problem with this is, right, and I had the same problem with Myles Garrett. It's all bullshit. Because he's saying, if you don't want to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys anymore, that's fair enough. And I don't blame you for it. Jerry's a mercenary. He's carrying on like an idiot. This is what he does. This is a world that Jerry Jones lives in. You can believe it or not, but him and the Cowboys know what they're doing. They've done this plenty of times.
Absolutely.
They know what they're doing here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they
I
know that
don't
no matter what Micah Parsons says, once they get the deal that everyone's happy with, he will happily
He'll
go
sign
back to
it.
training and he'll sign it.
Yep.
And this is a problem. If you really don't want to be a Dallas Cowboy, you and your agent say to them, it doesn't matter what you're offering. We are done. We are out. You leave camp. You stop holding in and you say, find me all you want. I'm not going to be on your team. I don't care.
So I looked into that. If they report to camp and then leave, I looked
Yeah.
into this. They got 5 days.
Yep.
And after that, they're declared AWOL from camp, and their whole year is done. They can't come back. They can't come back to the team and play.
If they attend.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they attend and leave,
Yep.
they've got 5 days to come back. If they don't, they're scratched for the year,
Just
and their money
another-
is scratched from the year too.
Just another thing that's leveraged against the players.
And the money, and
It
you
is,
remember
it
the
is.
fines? The fines they used to be able to be
Wiped.
by the team. That's gone now too.
What they do with him, because this happened with Zach Martin a couple of years ago, because they actually told him, hold out. You're 33 years old. We don't need you at camp. It's fine. The contract's close. Just don't stress. They just built the fines into his contract.
Right.
They literally, this
Just
is your
added the 200 grand.
It's 40 million a year. We're going to add on the 50 grand a day for the 7 days you've missed.
Right.
That's what they do now. They just add it to the contract. But my point with this whole thing is, if you're serious and you're Micah Parsons and you don't want to be Dallas Cowboy anymore, that's fine. If he said, I would respect him more if they put an offer on the table that was what he wanted. He went, no, I've said I don't want to be here anymore. The money's now, I'm going to get money from 31 NFL teams. The money's now not what important.
This is
You've disrespected me and you've pissed me off. I'm out. But he won't do it. He won't. Maybe by the time this podcast is posted, he'll re-sign with the Cowboys. Because as soon as the contract comes and the agent, the grubby little agent, who was T. Higgins' agent and Garrett's agent, has now been fired by them.
All agents are grubs. Like, that's their job. The job is to
as
be
soon
grubs.
as the offer comes, the agent will go, hey, this is a great offer, take it. And he'll take it and he'll sign and he'll become Mr. Dallas Cowboys again.
Yeah.
So why all this bullcrap? Just come out and say, hey, I'm holding in, working on a contract. We're not quite there yet. I'm hoping we get there at some point. Or if you don't want to be there, don't be there anymore.
I do agree with you. Typically, that is the case. That the player is just putting the ultimatum onto the management. But it just seemed like there was just a little bit of venom in that.
There's some venom. I think that's the way Parsons communicates. Like the way he speaks is he's a pretty agitating guy. Like he's a polarizing guy. Like he had arguments with the Eagles players like a couple of months ago. Like, why are you arguing with the Super Bowl champions that are in your division? Like, don't fuel anymore. We don't need any more fuel. Like, they already hate each other. Like,
so
and the thing with Lawrence when he left as well.
Yeah,
There's
the stuff with Lawrence.
that was weird. Yeah, that was just weird.
Like Lawrence, who from all reports they were best mates when they played together.
Yeah.
Like Lawrence was his mentor.
And I've never heard a
Lawrence.
bad word about this Lawrence
He can
ever.
come with Lawrence to Seattle.
Lawrence has been dominating as well, just quietly. He's going to be such a good get for Seattle.
He has been
He's going
dominating.
under the radar. He's going to be so freaking good for you guys.
Couldn't agree more.
But the whole thing is, it's just like, put your money where your mouth is. If you don't want to be there anymore, as a Cowboys fan, if he was to be like, no, I said I don't want to be here anymore, trade me, go and trade him.
So I think what's happened is there's been a little bit of like
done.
confusion. I don't know about confusion, but maybe, I don't know, some coercion or something. But Jerry was dealing with Micah directly, and they sort of like had an off-book,
They had a conversation.
off-table
They
conversation.
had a meeting together where they had a conversation.
They had a
without the
meeting,
agent.
and they sort of like maybe tried to
But
flesh out.
what's Jerry's official title?
General manager.
So,
So what's Steve do?
Steve's the player personnel.
and everybody knows in
And then,
Dallas.
and then Will McClay is the something else. But Will McClay and Stephen Jones do it all.
Yes,
Jerry
Jerry's just
pays
got the
the money.
title.
Yeah, but everyone knows that on the
Okay.
big deals, you're not dealing with Steven or whoever. You're dealing with Jerry
Yeah.
directly.
Yeah.
And this is
Right.
not
I
uncommon.
thought Jerry was just the owner. I didn't know he was still the general
No, no,
manager.
he's
Because
the
then
general
what George was saying probably isn't a grey area because it's an owner talking to the player, not the GM.
No, well, the problem is that from all reports is that the agent just made that up. The agent, my agent hasn't even spoken to the Cowboys. Fucking bullshit. He hasn't.
Yeah.
You're trying to get probably the biggest contract in defensive football history, and non-quarterback.
Yeah, which
History.
it will be.
Which
It will end
he's
up
going to
with-
get a little bit more than Garrett. Like that's what he's going for, right?
Who got paid more, Garrett or Chase?
Garrett's
No,
like
Garrett.
45 million.
No, it's not 45. It's like 41. or
Yeah,
something.
whatever. I actually think TJ Watt got more than Garrett as well
Per year, but
By-
on
by
a
little
smaller
bit.
contract. Yeah.
Yeah, on a smaller years. But the whole thing is like your agent's spoken to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Absolutely.
That's a lie. That's not true. If as Michael Persons, you fully believe
Shout out Michael Persons.
if you fully believe that your agent hasn't spoken to Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the Cowboys,
That's just malpractice.
like you're being lied to, or you're doing it for the media, which is fine. Like you can do what you want. I don't have a problem with that. You can hold in, you can sit there and watch. The best thing is like seeing him. He's itching at the bit to play.
Yeah,
Like,
no
he
doubt.
genuinely loves
He just wants
football,
to
and
play.
he's a football player. Like he's aching to get out there. But it's the same with Trey Hendrickson. He's now back at training.
Yeah.
He's probably going to re-sign with them. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, once the money starts going away from you and you're not getting it anymore, it changes your when it's that large an amount or any amount in the perspective of your life. It starts really changing your perspective
Yep.
on should I be at training or not.
Yep.
I truly believe Micah Parsons is going to get a massive deal. It's going to be 5 years. It's going to be 3.5 years fully guaranteed. And it's going to be slightly more than Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. That's what's going to happen. It will happen eventually. And when it does, he'll be a good little boy and he'll put his Cowboys helmet back on and he'll be Mr. Dallas Cowboys again. And same with Myles Garrett 2 months ago, released a statement saying he's done with the Cleveland Browns. No shit, 2 weeks later, he's
Not even
re-signed with
1 week.
they told me what the plan was at quarterback. Well, they tell you it was Joe Flacco and small
And,
hands
and,
Pickett
and Shador
and
Sanders.
Shador. Like,
Yeah.
like, what did they tell you? You're full of shit.
Yeah.
They just gave you the money you wanted, so you're
Yeah.
like, I'm in. I'm back in. Because at the end of the day, it's a job, and they're going to play for if the money's there and they can stay in the city they're at, and their families can stay if they've got families, and they don't have to buy a new house and relocate and all that sort of stuff. And the money's the same as what another
Which is
team's gonna
obviously
get you.
really hard at $45 million a year.
It's tough. It'd be tough to find a house at that sort of price, right? The
Agreed.
housing price is going through the roof in America, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I just don't. And I said, Jerry Jones. If you don't think he knows what he's doing, I fully believe he called him Michael Persons on purpose.
Yes.
I
I believe that as
They
well.
asked him about what do you think of this with Myles Garrett, and his statement. He said, "I wouldn't." He said, literally said, "Don't lose sleep on it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he knows.
Yeah.
He did this.
He's
He did this with DeMarcus Ware, with Dak Prescott, with Ezekiel Elliott. He's doing
Emmett
this
Smith.
for 30 years.
Emmett
30
Smith, he held out 2 games.
He had
and
out 2
then-
games. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then said, "All right,
coming
I'll
off a
give
Super
you the money
Bowl.
you want. I'll give you the money you want. It's if that's the money you want, done." And
He
then,
did it- he
and
did
then
it
he
with-
was back.
Remember, he did it with Dion too
With
back in the
all
day.
of them. He's
Yeah.
done it with all the star
He
players.
negotiated one-on-one with Dion and gave him that money.
The only
And back
player
then it was a
he
lot of
didn't-
money. I can't remember what it was.
The only
though. It was a lot
player
of
he
money.
didn't do it with that I can remember, the star player, was Tyron Smith, because he signed him so early and gave him a
6
10
years, yeah.
10-year deal.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
10 year, and it was like, again, if they gave Micah Parsons a 10-year, $450 million deal, I would actually.
that's not good. Not for 36-year-old Parsons. There'd be
No,
no money on that year.
Michael,
though.
he's 26. He'd be 35 when the contract ended, and the money would be probably irrelevant by that point at
Yeah.
$45 million a year.
Yeah,
there'd
but
be-
the
there'd be-
production won't be there. He's a smaller DN.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the risk you run, but that's what he did with Tyron Smith, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
So like that, I don't know what they're going to do, but all I know is that Micah Parsons.
So
is
you're
gonna be playing for Dallas
basically
Cowboys.
putting all this down to just Jerry creating drama purely for the story, purely for the
Hey,
narrative,
And
purely for the clicks.
what is everyone talking about right now?
I mean, we're talking about it exactly.
Every football media is talking about Michael Parsons and the Cowboys. It's fucking
Shout out Michael Parsons.
Shout out to Big Mick.
it's
hope he
it's
gets Parsons
Jerry
on
it's
his
Jerry
jersey.
Jones' fucking wet dream. Just
He
talking
knows
about
what
the
he's
Cowboys
doing.
all
Like-
off season.
You can hate him or love him or be somewhere in between. Where
I love him. I love him.
I'm somewhere in between with him. I think he does a lot of dumb shit, but
He does plenty of dumb shit.
he has made the Dallas Cowboys one of the biggest franchises in the world for a reason. He knows what he's doing, and Micah Parsons will,
James,
will be starting
James.
with these.
Despite
James.
having any success.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was going to say. You're wrong. You're a big name on paper only.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's what he's saying.
That's how good he is at it.
Yeah.
But
He's had a
like-
team that hasn't been to a Super Bowl since 95, 94.
30
In the-
years.
in
No,
the-
96, 96.
Been potentially most years the most relevant team in the league. That's the Cowboys are the most talked about and relevant team in the league.
Yeah.
On average, every single season, no matter where they are at, they could have had a 3-win season. When they drafted Zeke Elliott 4th overall, he drafted Zeke straight to the top of the talking about. Oh, they've got Zeke now. Like it's a game changer for them.
The same thing of like the Lakers.
Yeah,
the
like,
Lakers. Everyone's talking about the Lakers all the
He
time.
knows what he's doing. He's going to get this done, or he'll trade him for a king's ransom, and that's what you have to be
If
able to live with. As
you
a
go down
Cowboy.
that path, what do you think it is?
I think he would get 2 first-round picks at a minimum, and probably a player.
Nah, it'd be more than 2 firsts.
Nah, we're going to
I
think
don't
quarter
so.
like Russell Wilson's a good one to talk about. Deshaun Watson, that was 3 first-round picks for a quarterback.
No, it'd be two firsts and maybe a second.
2 first and then some other stuff. But the main bulk of it, which is the first-round picks, is what you work off.
I think it
There'll be 2
depends
of
on the player you get. So you need to get a young, promising player back.
What did Jamal Adams get? And he was at the peak when he got traded to Seattle. That was
think-
2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And like people shit on Jamal Adams now. At that point, he was a Micah Parsons sort of guy.
Yes,
He-
it's very comparable.
He just came off not winning Defensive Player of the Year when he probably
I think
should.
it was 2 firsts and a young player.
Yeah.
Like a promising young player.
I think there's 0% chance he gets traded.
I think he's on the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
I think he'll-
never say 0.
Yeah, I don't
No,
think 0.
I'm saying
but,
0.
But he'll be starting week 1 for the Cowboys.
100%.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, Jerry's not going to trade him for a bag of chips. He will make sure he gets his. He'll make sure he gets his.
There's no way he's
his
not
money
playing for
back.
Dallas this year. He will play for Dallas.
I think so. Well, the other thing they can do, he's under contract too.
Yeah.
They could just be like, don't play then and get
Yeah.
0 money.
Yeah.
$0 and then void your year and then we own you for another year.
Yeah.
Like it's up to you, man. Like you can.
I don't think Jerry will go down that path.
Nah, it'll get cleaned up. It'll be fine. It'll be like
I mean,
the T Higgins deal was the same. Garrett
He
was
did
the
it.
same.
He did it with CD. Signed him at the last hour, like I said last week or the week before, whatever it was.
Prescott
Signed-
was 3 days before. The
yeah, he
season.
was on the Saturday or whatever before they had to play. Like it's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
This stuff about passing going, oh, you hurt my pride by saying I was.
Nah,
hurt.
it's all bullshit.
It's like, mate.
It's all nonsense.
And then they
It's
called
just
them
part
on
of the
camera
game.
having a chat together a couple of days ago.
Like
Yeah.
you said, Garrett went to the Super Bowl. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't want to play anymore. A week later, he's
Resign.
Mr. Cleveland Brown.
It'll happen. So again, let us know your thoughts on this because I'd love to know other people's thoughts on Micah Parsons and what you think he should do. I think if he now signs, then that just tells me what sort of person he is, which is what most NFL players are. If he was serious about the words he said and he felt disrespected and all this sort of stuff, he wouldn't play.
At the end of the day, it's all kind of a bit of a dog and pony show too. Like he's got.
Oh, it's a
that's
charade.
That's the only leverage he's got.
Absolutely,
Yes.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's from a business negotiation point of view. If you've got levers, you need to pull them. Otherwise, what's the point?
Do you also think Micah Parsons wrote that statement?
Probably
Because
not.
I've heard Micah Parsons speak a lot, and
Chat
I'm not
GPT.
saying he's dumb in any way, but the verbiage in that statement is not what
probably
it's not the
He's
one.
probably,
his
he's probably his manager or his agent wrote it for
Yeah,
him.
he might have had the
Business
skeletons of
partner.
it, and
Yeah.
they would have come up with it.
Oh,
Together.
tell him I'm disrespected. So he would have said something like that. Yeah.
But this is what we're posting.
And Michael
this is-
Parsons has been disrespected.
Yeah, and Jerry Jones went, "Who's Micah Parsons? I've been dealing with this Michael character."
let me just put a button on this
Yeah.
and say, as a devout Eagles fan, I love Jerry Jones and I hope he lives to be 100 because one thing I can absolutely rubber stamp guarantee is that as long as he's alive and in charge of that organization, they are going to win fucking donuts.
Yeah, I've agreed with you plenty of times on that. I think it's not going to get better until he's not around anymore.
He needs to just pass away.
No, I just hope that he comes to his senses.
No, it won't happen.
I don't think it will
I-
either. That's my
I
hope.
actually
that he comes
hope-
to his senses, let someone else take over, and then he can actually enjoy the Dallas Cowboys being
He's-
successful.
I hope that he hangs around for another 10 years and they can just like AI his brain
No.
into a little
Don't.
robot and he
Don't.
can
It's
be
my
the
nightmare.
GM for
It's my
the
nightmare.
Cowboys for another 100 years.
He's
Like-
the head from Futurama.
Yeah, I was about to say like Futurama.
For
Robot
1,000
Jerry
years.
is diabolical. I love
Robot
it.
Jerry, and he's just like
That would be
8 foot
sick.
tall, and he's just like bigger than all these players now.
Jacked and
Yeah,
just like,
hilarious.
and you still won't win a thing.
Yeah,
That's sick.
The only way they're winning a Super Bowl with Jerry Jones at the head is if they luck into it somehow.
Or
How do you luck
30,
into a Super
30,
Bowl, bro?
31 other teams just
You
leave the
can't.
league.
Well, the Giants did it twice, in fairness.
No, they didn't. They didn't luck.
They just
They
got
went.
hot at the
They
right
went
time.
hot,
That's what I mean.
and they had,
They
All right,
they
that's
had a
enough
good defense.
Cowboy
They had a good
shit.
defense.
had a good
Come on.
defense. They built the right way. They were
Yeah.
built the right way, those Giants teams.
Let's
All
go
right.
talk about Scary Terry.
Scary Terry, he's asked for a trade too. It's very similar to Micah Parsons.
Not surprising.
Do you know
Less
fun
leverage.
fact though?
Yeah.
So he's going to turn 30 when the season starts.
Yep.
So there's only been I think it was in the past 20 years or so.
I heard this stat too.
There's only been 5 players over 30 have 1,000-yard
Yep.
seasons.
Right. Okay.
So I don't think Washington are very out of line in this decision.
Yeah, no. It's very clear that Washington just don't want to pay him.
Well,
the
wants-
money that he
wants-
wants.
he wants-
that's what I meant. Sorry.
he wants 33 million around that mark.
Ish.
The reports are that they have offered him around the 26 to 30 mark.
What's he currently making?
23.
Yeah,
22 or
23.
something. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Yeah.
So they've offered him between 26 and 30 million a year, that mark.
So they've given him like a $6 or $7 million raise. That's
Yeah.
pretty decent.
And they've
man.
said, we're not willing to pay you anymore because you're a 30-year-old receiver.
Yep.
And I don't think that I think that the McLaurin deal, whoever signs him, and you know what? I don't think there's a lot of interest, because I reckon if there was a lot of interest for him and they got offered a first-round pick for Terry McLaurin or something like that, they'd take it.
Sure.
I think everyone in the league, I think NFL teams know this shit. Like, we know this stat, right? That they know that stat.
No doubt.
They know players over 30 at wide receiver, the very rare few drop off. Terry McLaurin, and I'd happily be proved wrong in the next 5 years, he doesn't come in the Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Mike Evans.
No.
Like, he's not in that category as a player.
No.
He never has been, and I don't think he ever will be. So the chances of
Fair.
him playing till he's 35, 36 are very slim.
Well, he could probably play, but how productive
How
he's going to
productive he
be?
is.
Well,
I don't know.
the thing, especially with wide receivers and wide receiver ones,
Yeah.
is that once you hit a point where your production dips and there's a younger guy who's a wide receiver one, these guys who have been on the team for so long don't go down and play special teams.
No.
Mm.
So there's no roster spot for him because you've got your 4th round receiver who can be a gunner, can play in all, 3 or 4 special teams.
Yep.
And a team's going to go, he's costing us, $2 million a year. Scary Terry's costing us $23 million a year, but he's not our best receiver,
Mm.
and he's not going to play special teams.
Yep, 100%. And we can go into a good example of this, because I think this is a pretty fair. We talked about Keenan Allen, who's just signed with the Chargers.
Mhm.
I think this is a pretty fair comparison to Terry McLaurin. So Keenan Allen is,
Yeah, he just dropped off a cliff when he
He's-
was 31.
yep, he's 32.
Yep.
His last season at the Chargers, he had 108 catches, 1,200 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
Mhm.
Signed at Chicago, 70 catches, 700 yards, still 7 touchdowns, which is fine. But it's half the production.
Yeah.
Essentially, his average dropped off by over 2 yards per catch, which is a lot.
And in his peak, he's a far better receiver than McLaurin.
I think so too. I think Keenan
Far
Allen was
better.
one of
Different
the
tiers.
one of the better. He was a top 10 receiver for 8 or 9 years in the NFL.
Yeah,
Maybe 6. We'll say 6.
Yep.
So so when Washington fans are getting upset by this, so you just want to pay him. Understand that I actually think this is the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever they are now, being smarter about what they're doing. This tells me that they're actually thinking things through. They're an older roster. They've signed a lot of older free agents.
They are now.
And I don't think they're ready to be like, well, let's sign another 30-year-old receiver. Debo's 29, I think, or 28 when the season starts. So he's itching closer, coming off his worst season as well. I think they're like, we're not willing to.
And he's
take
in a
the
contract.
risk.
Is he in a contract year too?
Yes.
Yes.
Debo? Yeah, I thought so.
I don't think they're willing.
Maybe
to
they're
take the
thinking
risk.
that they're going to have to pay Debo as well, so they don't want to have to fork over money too.
I'm pretty sure Debo's going to go pretty cheap with the drop off we're expecting.
Yeah. And
yeah.
I truly believe that if there was a good offer on the table for McLaurin, Washington would have taken it by now. I don't think there's. I
I don't think there is any offer.
So I think he's going to re-sign for probably $28 million.
Like I said
and
last week,
that'll be it.
receivers are coming out of college ready to be a number one receiver.
And
Mm.
it's not just 1 or 2 of them.
No,
There's probably
there's-
10 a draft that are coming in and have the potential to have 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
And potentially better than that.
And you get them team friendly contract for 4 years, five years of the team option for a first rounder at a fraction of the price that you're paying.
Yeah.
So,
I think
yeah.
McLaurin's backing himself into a corner here.
I think
you'll
28 million's pretty. I think you just take that, wouldn't you?
if that's what this is just reports. We don't know.
Well, let's assume that it's correct. Well, you just take
and
that,
also
wouldn't you?
keep in mind
He's
this
under
is-
contract next year. What
That's
if
the
he
thing.
drops off a
This
cliff
is-
and they extend him?
That's the perfect caveat. I think you're reading my mind.
Mm.
He's under fucking contract. They don't have to sign him.
Yeah.
They don't like these players. I understand that the NFL is very weighted against the players. And I don't love that all the time, right?
Mm.
But this is why they signed him to that contract. So when he was turning 32 going into his season after 2 more years, he was still under contract. So if they dropped off, they could be like, cool, we're done.
So he's under contract this season, upcoming, and next season. So why
Yes.
is he asking for an extension when
Because
2 years left?
they're not guaranteed. There's no guaranteed money anymore.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well.
that's
So if
what
he
they
gets
always
hurt,
do.
and like, this is the problem. This
Yeah,
is
but
what happens.
that's what he signed up for
I agree.
when he signed the deal.
So, like some of these players, if he wanted to back himself in and have be out for a contract now,
Do a
sign
2-year
a 3,
contract.
sign a 3 year, not a 5 year,
Yeah,
and then you're a free agent, and then you've got all the leverage,
sure.
all the leverage you want. They can either tag.
I
you
think
or
what
let
happened
you
was
go.
is that he two things are happening at once. Like he had a really good year,
well,
and he wants to
had
get paid.
he had a good year. He had just over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, it
He had a
wasn't.
good year.
It was a good year,
It was a good year.
not really good. It was a lot of receivers get 1,000 yards in the NFL now.
True.
Like, Roma Dunze was talked about as a little bit of a first round bust last year. He had like almost 800 yards receiving.
Well,
Yeah.
what did you say about Marvin Harrison? He had 880 yards, and you're like, oh, he was disappointing. I was like, that's a good rookie year.
So, I mean, the bar's higher now for receivers with the amount of.
So let's say he had a good year, 1, and 2. I think he wants a little bit of like back pay as well, if that makes sense.
Oh,
For all the years that was shit.
then-
Was negotiate your contract differently, so it's
Yeah.
not front
Sign-
loaded guarantees.
sign a 1 year deal then for 3 years in a row.
Because they want
That's the risk you run.
Yeah, it is.
all
I
the
agree.
players want these front loaded guarantees because they get a massive signing bonus. So
Yeah.
that's all they want. They don't. I shouldn't say they don't have the foresight, but they don't see these complications where your guarantees run out and you're still producing, and then all these other players are now getting paid more.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, well, the market value for receivers X, but I'm getting paid Y, but I'm worth somewhere in between. I need to renegotiate. No, you had your chance.
Yeah.
I guarantee if like Jalen Waddle
And
has
now
a-
you're like
has a-
aging out as well. I know what you're saying.
If Jalen Waddle has a good year next year, that'll be the off-season topic. Write it down now, Brock. I wish you were here. I miss you. Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like Waddle will, at 24 million. If he has a 1,200 yard, 8 touchdown season, and he's
I
a
don't
great
see
player again,
any of this happening.
But-
Don't worry about it.
potentially not. But he'll be sitting there going, "I want 35 million a year now." He'll be doing the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, they got to understand when you sign a contract, that's you've signed that contract, and unless you have the leverage of a TJ Watt or a Miles Garrett, where they desperately need you, which McLaurin does not
Yeah, but
have.
there's not many of those top tier.
No,
guys,
the reality
bro.
is that McLaurin is not that guy.
No.
You
He's
can get
not.
a second round guy that can produce that
100%. So I think that's where it's going to go.
and probably play special teams.
To keep going with the wide receiver trend, Jordan Addison suspended for the first 3 games.
Yeah,
of the
this was
NFL season.
weird.
Well, no, this was always
This
coming.
is always happening. Yeah.
He got caught driving under the influence. He was,
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, he's driving, got pulled over, over the limit. Bit of a knucklehead move. Like I said, he's a kid. He stuffed up, made a bad mistake. It could have been a lot worse for him, which we've seen. Like Henry Ruggs is the ultimate tale of it.
I've
Yeah.
said it before on this podcast. I'll say it again. Every player and every administrator that's part of an NFL organization has the number to
Yep.
a car service.
Yep.
They will come and pick you up
Wherever they want.
anywhere, anytime. You make the call, they will get you. Use a fucking car service.
Yeah,
It
but
makes no sense to me.
you just got to see it through the lens of how old's Addison? 24,
No, yeah, I think he's like 22 or something.
22,
He's only going to be second year.
third year.
Bro,
Third year, is it? Yeah, so let's say 23, 24.
23.
Yeah.
pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, but you think you're bulletproof. You think that, oh, I can go out and drink and I won't get caught driving home. Like, we were young and dumb. We just didn't have millions of dollars at stake. It's the same
That's
thing.
my point. The stakes are so much higher.
I know,
bro.
but when
Use
you're
your
young,
brain.
you're
And half of them
seeing this
get it,
with
half of them don't.
you're seeing this with your mature old brain. You're not thinking about it with your 24-year-old full, like dick full of cum
Hold
brain.
on. Would George has got a mature old brain?
Well, compared to
Got a-
24-year-old George,
Got
maybe.
got a dick full of cum.
I knew George at around 24. Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that the jump's big, but I'm just saying there was a jump between 24-year-old George and 40-year-old George.
Yeah, that's
you know
fair.
what I mean?
That's pretty fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pretty fair.
So he's going to, I said, we were expecting this first 3 games. It's wild to me that you can get suspended for 10, 11, 15 games for something that can't even be proven. And this is 3, which
Yeah.
is, the Henry Ruggs things has taught us that this can be life-threatening for people.
Of course it can.
And that kid is now in jail from making basically the same mistake as Jordan
Just
Addison and the guy from the Chiefs, who, funnily enough, still hasn't got his
Rasheed
suspension.
Rice.
Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. He hasn't got his suspension.
That's
yet.
coming. That'll
I
be
think
something.
it'll be the same. He'll be a 3 game.
Well, I think Addison's trial finished a little bit before, so now Rice's trial is just finished. Then the NFL will do their
yeah,
thing.
I think he'll get a 3 game suspension too.
Yeah, 3 to 4 is what they're sort of saying. Yeah,
The LA Rams have extended running back Kyron Williams 3 years, 33 million. It's a tidy little contract.
Yeah, that is. That's good.
it's
I think
good.
It's good by the Rams. I think he's around the 10th best running back in the NFL. He's a pretty good player.
Yep. is
been
very
really
important to the
productive.
Rams, I
Yep,
think.
He
very
is,
good player
absolutely.
for him. 3 years, it's not a long contract. 33 million, $11 million a year when you've got Saquon on 20 and CMC's on 19 or 20, something like that. Like,
Yep.
I think
Good value.
think he's going to be. He definitely won't be as productive as Saquon was last year, but he's probably going to be a highly productive player at $11 million a year and a very important guy. I think that's great, especially with the Stafford injury. Like
It's
there's
lingering. It's
There's
lingering.
something
Correct.
to that.
Yep.
There's something to it.
Like,
I can't believe that we finished recording last week, and I was like, "Oh, did you guys hear about Stafford?" And you're like, "No," and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it's the Stafford injuries.
So
It's an ominous start to a
sore
team.
shoulder.
Sore shoulder,
training camp
sore
isn't even
back.
back. Like,
Now it could be one of two things. It could be we don't want him doing anything in training camp.
That I
and we're-
think that
and
there's
we're
a bit
fine
of
with
that as well.
You're a bit sore. You're older now. Don't stress.
yeah, but then
about
you've
it.
got
Did
Sean
you
McVay
see-
in press conferences talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, saying that he's great and he's the best backup QB in the league and all this stuff.
And-
It's like,
or did you also
Probably
see
some pretty
how
good
how
Stetson
Sean
Bennett.
McVay snapped at the comment the second
Yeah.
day? I think there was just a little bit in that. Like Sean McVay is a very charismatic. He's very smart with what he says.
Very
And he
put together.
doesn't say the wrong thing.
Yeah, he's
And then
very measured, I
Someone
agree.
said something about Stafford, and then he snapped about what we said yesterday is not what we're going to say today. And we're like, oh, there's something in that.
There's a bit
Because
of
if you're not
hate.
holding him out for camp, you don't have that.
I'm with you. There's
Yeah.
there's something going on there, and I think they're going to need a guy like Kyron Williams. If he can't go, they're going to definitely need a guy like Kyron Williams.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize the right tackle from the Rams retired as well. Sorry, I'm thinking of Ryan Ramczyk from the Saints. My mistake.
Ramczyk
okay.
retired.
I was
gonna say,
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, haven't seen and Ram. They're both like those
Yeah,
German
Ramczyk's he was still playing well. That shocked me a little bit.
injuries. Just
Yeah.
just couldn't get his body going again. Same with the guy from Ragnow from the Lions.
Yeah.
He was
Ragnow,
He was only
yeah.
30.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just can't get his body right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a
well-
lot of those guys, when they're big and strong and huge men, they once they know, they know. Like they can't physically do it. It's a toll for them to do
Yeah.
it. It's why guys like Trent Williams, I think, are so phenomenal. Even guys like Tyron Smith,
Well,
who play
Trent
at year
Williams just
35, 36.
Jumps
like,
offside every play, so he gets that advantage.
Yeah, he holds a lot too.
He's
Scotty.
fucking hate him.
Scotty, remember when he punched Richard Sherman in the face after they lost the playoff game?
Yeah.
Didn't flinch.
At Washington,
He didn't
Richard
even
Sherman
flinch.
Did not. He was just like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
That was the day also
That was-
and Trent Williams has talked about it. It was the day RJ3 destroyed his knee.
No,
And
it wasn't. It wasn't against Seattle.
Yeah, that was in Seattle on FedEx Field, wild card game.
Yeah, right.
That was that day when you guys beat him. He blew his knee out because he shouldn't have played.
Yeah, that's
he was
right.
proppy as all hell.
Yeah.
So I think it was a bit of Trent Williams being and he hated Washington, which we know now.
Yeah.
What they had done to him injury wise, I think it
Yeah.
was just a boil over of the emotion.
That might have been his last game for Washington.
I
I
think
think
it
he held out
was,
that,
yeah.
I
that
think it
next
was.
year.
because they were trying to convince him that the tumor in his brain wasn't bad.
No, it was a full neck injury.
It was his neck. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty disgusting. That was
And
the
that
old
gets
Washington.
it gets swept under the rug.
Well, that was the shot. That was the part. Like people got to remember, Schneider didn't sell Washington because he wanted to.
Oh no,
it was taken off him
Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
31. It was the same with Jerry Richardson at Carolina.
Yes.
Like he had a statue of himself at the front of his stadium.
Yeah.
He didn't want to not be an owner of the
Yeah.
Panthers anymore. His sexual misconduct and treatment of people
I think
and
they need-
players forced the Red League to go.
do they need 27 or 28?
Yeah, it's like
votes?
80% of the league.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they got all 31 for him, and they got all 31 for Dan Schneider.
Yeah.
And I reckon 10 of those guys, like Jerry, were like, if we get him out now, he can't put us in this.
Yeah.
Because they've already got Gruden somehow. We don't know how they got Gruden. Like Gruden's has been sniped from the bell tower. We just got to
Did he
get him
ever?
out of here before
He's-
they come after
I've
us.
said this plenty of times. Gruden has got to be one of the biggest fall guys in
Oh,
history of
dude.
humanity.
Like Schneider survived like 3 more years after.
I know,
that. It was-
I know.
that was- Gruden's gone. Hey, shout out to Gruden. He's gone on.
One
bigger and better.
email and one email chain
Wild.
is cool,
Yeah.
bro.
What
Bro,
that Schneider gave to them and was like, "Hey, look at this. Buy me some time."
Yeah,
And
great.
like you paraphrase that email. We don't need to go into it. And then I look at our group chat and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
we all know. We all know if we ever get to the pearly gates, which is very unlikely for a lot of reasons. Back to their make believe, but they're going to open that thing and go, 2005
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
yeah.
You messaged Brock Jones, which is not his name in the chat either. I won't say it. Did you say that? I'm like, I said it's like, off you go, kid. Down the bottom, big guy.
There you go.
There's going to be a book that opens up, and it's just going to be the roll, and it's just going to roll past 1,000
It
people.
would just be like, no, you know what?
Yeah.
Don't even read it. It's all good. We'll go, hey, Soph, have a great time up there.
Hey, so
Guys, who are we kidding?
from one piece of shit, Brock Jones, to another piece of shit, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, this is wild.
What's going on?
This is
here?
wild.
So Mike McDaniel, there was obviously, we talked about it last week, Tua had come out and said that he didn't appreciate the way Tyreek Hill behaved, the way he spoke, what he said. And I thought that was good leadership by Tua.
I
call him out.
I love Tua Tagovailoa.
I got a lot of time for him.
I think he's just a fantastic young man.
Yeah.
I love him. I love everything about him.
And it said, and then
So well spoken, man.
so he essentially called Tyreek Hill out and said,
He did.
You haven't
He-
said shit about it.
Yeah.
You've just come back like, it's all good. I'm Tyreek Hill. I'm back.
Yeah.
And it was like, it doesn't really fly. We're full grown men.
yeah.
And Mike McDaniels had a press conference and he was asked about it, just his general press conference after a training day. And what he said about, and I said, I'm paraphrasing this, what he said about Tua was that he appreciated the leader he's become, because if you've ever been in a leadership position in any point of your life, work, clubs, whatever it is, it's really easy to have the fun conversations.
Yeah.
It's easy to have the, hey, you're flying on all cylinders, kid. You're doing a great job. The shitty part of being in a leadership position is having to have the crappy conversations where you've got to, I had to pull up a guy at the club and essentially kick him out of the club who was a friend of mine. And that was really challenging, even though I knew it was the right thing. It's really hard. So he was basically saying that Tua calling out Hill is what leaders, that's when leaders are good leaders, when they're calling out the hard stuff. And he essentially
Two star players as well.
Yeah, he essentially backed him up and said that someone needed to say it. And he was glad that Tua is the sort of leader that can say it. And they've moved on. I don't believe Tyreek. I think Tyreek was so stupid he fucking doesn't even realize the position he's in.
Did you see the add-on to this though?
No, so there's more to it.
So there's all the reporters around Tyreek Hill, and he says, I don't know why Devon A-Chain is our short yardage running back. He's not built for that. We need to have either Jalen Wright or who's their rookie, Ollie Gordon, to run the ball in those situations.
Yeah.
So he's just basically thrown all the coaches all under the bus.
And the player too.
And the player, yeah. And then so after the session, Mike McDaniels goes, "Oh, that's just genius insight from Tyreek Hill, because you all saw that when we were running in short yardage situations that we were actually running Jaden Wright and Ollie Gordon, because they are set up for that, and that's what we're practicing." So that's just some great insight from a great player we have. Bit. Yeah, so they're just sniped back at each other, back and forth. So
I'll ask you guys a question.
No, he won't be on the team.
Yeah, is Tyreek Hill on the team for week
I'll be
one?
very surprised if he is.
There's one of those two won't be there.
Tua or McDaniels.
McDaniels or Tua or
by
Tyreek
week
Hill.
one, or by the end of the season.
I would say by week 4 or 5.
Yeah,
McDaniels will be given till the end of the year for sure.
I don't know about that.
The Dolphins would be crazy, and I like. Regardless of what I think as Mike McDaniels as a coach, he's got some positives and some negatives to what he does. And,
like every coach has.
Yeah. But I think he's a decent coach. I don't have an issue with him. If he was the Cowboys coach, I wouldn't be losing sleep over it. I'd be fine with
Personally,
it.
I think he's a really high level offensive coordinator.
Yep.
But I think as a head coach, I think he struggles.
Fair enough too. That's I said.
But it's also the Dolphins.
But if they back
that's
Tyreek Hill over a coach, like they should be, the ownership of the Dolphins right now. And keep in mind, they're not the most polished organization.
No.
Like the way they treated Brian Flores and that they lost a first round pick with the Brady stuff.
And Flores went to Minnesota and has probably got the third best defense in the league.
Flores has come out after they've sniped him. Has come out and said, "Yeah, no, I didn't do a good job in a lot of ways."
He owned up to it.
He's been a man. And
remember when they were offering him fucking $100,000 a loss when he was the coach, so they could get a better draft.
To be fair, Flores said that because he's got aspirations to be head coach again, and you got to play ball.
Yeah, I don't know if you truly. And Flores was treated like shit by the Dolphins.
Yes,
and let that understand the way they treated him was horrendous.
Yeah, it was,
and it was all for the Tom Brady shit, and then it backfired on him.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if they were to go with Tyreek Hill, who is going to be, I would say, out of the league within 3 seasons and broke within 4 seasons.
Fair.
Oh, he's broke the second he's out of the league.
He's a moron.
Yeah.
Like if they were to, they should, this is the guy you get out of your team now. When he's a 1,700 yard offensive player of the year sort of guy.
No,
You
he's
can put
coming
up-
off 700
That's
yards.
what I'm saying. From 2 years ago when he was the offensive player of the year, you put up with that a little bit more. I understand that when you're building a team and he's your star player, you put up with a little bit more of the antics, right? But every time Tyreek Hill, there is never a report, oh, Tyreek Hill did a great thing with
there's
the
no
team
positive
today,
reports, only
and
negative.
he trained really well, and then he was helping a young receiver learn a few things. It's always fucking negative with
It's
this
him
guy.
Do you know
being a
the other
dickhead
thing that
all the
came
time.
out with Tyreek Hill?
What?
He was saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking football serious for the first time." Direct quote. Like I'm learning the ins and outs of the playbooks. Blah 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 blah.
What?
Yep, I'm going to be at practice early. I think the next session was Sunday or Monday or something. It was like a stretching, low key walkthrough session. Late.
Yeah.
Like that. If the Dolphins are serious about where their franchise is going, they remove this guy from their plans right now. They get rid of him for anything. Just get him off.
I don't think any other team wants him.
If they were a serious organization, run properly by proper GMs and proper owners, the second he came out at the end of last season and said, "Nah, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't want to play anymore."
The second he got arrested going to a game would have been
Fine.
curtains.
Fine. That the second I heard, "Oh no, I'm done with this
See
organization,"
you later.
Deuces.
as the GM, I'm calling his agent immediately and saying, "Your player is cut. He's cut from the team.
Yeah.
Whatever it costs us, cap hit, we don't care. He's done."
How quickly
He's
do
done
they?
in Miami.
How quickly do they cut guys with like? Look at Christian Wilkins. The Raiders cut him in a heartbeat because
Yeah.
it was like, you know what? The players don't like him. He's a bit toxic. There's this injury bullshit going on. Let's just get rid of him.
Injury bullshit. Too much bullshit for a guy who's not good enough. See you later.
Raiders aren't doing that at the start of last year with Antonio Pierce, their head coach.
That's
That-
right.
I'm
They
telling you-
would have for sure.
I'm telling you, that's a Pete Carroll thing.
100%. No, that's a Pete
Yeah.
Carroll thing.
I thought you were being serious. Then. That's Pete Carroll going, you know what? I don't cut him now. Pay him out.
See you later.
Money.
Too much
Who
bullshit.
gives a shit? The cap hit will be gone in a year. Who
Look,
cares?
look what the Broncos did with Wilson. They had
Russ,
the biggest dead cap hit in history, and they've gone to the playoffs last year.
Yep.
And
And they
they're-
probably will again this year.
and exactly.
Look at the payoff for him. They've now got. I said I have my thoughts on Bo Nix as a player, but he's a great kid, a great leader, and had a really really good rookie year. Where he goes from here is we'll see what happens. But they were rewarded with getting rid of at that point an average player that was having a bad. I don't think Russ Wilson's like a cancerous guy. I think it was. I think it was the way the Denver Broncos were allowing him to be.
Yeah, Hackett. I think Hackett let
was
it
basically
come in.
pandering to him.
Yeah.
You can't have a player with an office in your organization.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So I think the fact that Peyton came in and went, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
Like we're not doing this, Russ. It's over.
Proper
See you
coach.
later. Yeah, exactly.
Running a proper organization.
So hopefully the Dolphins do the right thing. I said nothing's going to make me happier than when Tyreek Hill burns out and crashes the burn. I will never have sympathy for that guy in any aspect
he's a
of his
piece of
life.
shit.
He has been a piece of shit since college. He's never learned. The only thing that changed is him being a good football player in the NFL. That's the only thing.
What's the over under for him being in jail out? When
Dude,
plays
if he
football?
couldn't run fast, he'd be in jail already.
What's the over and under? 2 years?
Yeah, we'll go 3.5. I'll give you over 3.5, and I'll take the under.
You're being very generous.
Yeah.
I'm taking that under, no problem.
Yeah, and the over under for being broke is 4 months, 4.5 months. Is the
I'd
over-under
love
for
to
being
know
broke.
what is what do the Americans call it? Like the child payments?
Alimony.
Alimony. I'd love to know what his alimony
Cause it'd be
payments
$1 million bucks a year, I reckon.
Idiot.
are. Oh, $1 million a year. He's got 12 kids.
Yeah, what's that?
It'd be
Mate,
it'd be 25 grand a month per kid.
He had more kids last year than touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Like that's wild to me. He had 5 kids in a year. Don't get me wrong, he's married, and it was with 5 different women. Only
4.
one with his wife.
Yeah.
What a
4
guy.
different women. Yeah.
What
Like,
a guy. What a
like, are we
guy.
really using this? Like, anyway, he's a piece of shit.
All right, fuck Tyreek Hill.
All
Let's
right.
talk about something fun.
All right, Georgie boy, you've
I got a fun
you've
little
come up with a
topic.
bit of for us this week.
Because, we're getting into the preseason now and, things are happening, machinations are happening, narratives are starting to form. Preseason's games are starting soon. And I thought, you know what? This is a perfect time of the year to go the early crow. As a classic Philly fan, go the early crow. And I'm going, Super Bowl or bust.
Very good.
So this is my definitive top 5 list of Super Bowl or bust teams for this year.
Okay.
If they don't make the Super Bowl, it's bust.
So what? By bust, do you mean they're resetting and having to start again?
Blow it up?
No,
or
no,
just a bust year?
bust can be the bust. The year will be a bust.
A disappointment.
Okay.
So the team might be okay. In
So
the
it's
future,
based
but this
on
season will be a
where the
write-off.
team's at
Yeah.
Their recent history, the sense of urgency around the franchise, the desperation,
Aging players at
right,
positions
so
and stuff like that.
all that kind of stuff has all been
Quarterback,
factored. This
I'm
is obviously a very thought out, concocted
Did
list
you do a
by
spreadsheet?
me. No, I didn't do a spreadsheet.
Did you make an algorithm?
I'm not
or-
autistic, bro.
I have to do my new coach
Oh, new
disaster
coach.
scale.
Yeah.
All I got to do is plug the names in.
I love it.
I'm
Do
going to
it.
do that for next week.
Do it.
All right.
Okay, so
one of
before we
my
start,
favourites.
this is a definitive top 5 list,
Definitive.
right? And we're going to revisit this.
Very Nick Wright of you.
Yeah. No, fuck Nick Wright. But
That's right. He said no.
But
Asshole.
before I start with my top 5, I
Yep.
want to give some honorable mentions, and I've got 3 honorable mentions here: the Cincinnati Bengals, the LA Rams, and the Philly Eagles. They're my 3 honorable mentions.
I don't think the Rams are a Super Bowl or bust.
I'm gonna give you my reasons why.
Yeah, okay.
For the Bengals off the top, they had a stellar quarterback year from Burrow.
Yep.
Shitty defense, or 30th ranked or 29th ranked defense, or whatever they were. Just missed out on the playoffs. I truly believe in my heart of hearts, if they have another shit year and they don't make the playoffs, I
Well,
truly believe that Burrow will be asking for a trade. at the
that's
end of
my
next
point
year.
with the Bengals. I think you're being too generous. I think they're playoffs or bust.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
all. I
all right,
think
fine.
if they don't make the playoffs this
They
year,
haven't made the playoffs for 2 years in a row.
since they made the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a bust with Joe Burrow, Chase, Higgins, that offense, which is going to have to carry them again. If they get another MVP level Joe Burrow season, which I think they will, and they don't make the playoffs,
Well, if you play 17 games, they will, because he's that fucking good.
that's what I mean. So, and I think it's playoffs or bust for them.
Well,
Personally,
yeah, and if they don't make the playoffs, Burrow will be out of Cincinnati. He'll be asking for a trade. I guarantee it.
I'm assuming with the Rams, it's because of Stafford's age. Because
Well,
they're going to have to reset quarterback.
They're going to have to reset. Like, I know they got their picks coming in, so I don't know what they're thinking they're going to do. Maybe they're going to bundle those picks to try and move up.
Oh, that
draft a
wouldn't have
quarterback
to. It's a Landis pick.
or whatever.
Yeah, they probably have the number one pick.
I don't know, man. Penix is looking good. Cole Pitts is looking good too.
Hey, I will die on the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's looking good.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I really buy
with a grain of salt, but he's
I
looking
love
good.
buying into rookie quarterbacks in 7-on-7 on air sort of situations.
With Kyle Pitts as the biggest bust of the
Yeah.
year.
I
the last
actually
5
Throwing
years in a
Kyle
row.
Pitts, who's got soap hands and fucking.
You say to take it with a grain of salt. I take any preseason news with a bucket of salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like bathed in
I
salt.
couldn't. I got a bathtub of salt. I couldn't care less.
I walk around just salty as fuck all the
So,
time.
and just
I've been quite miserable lately.
Just on the Rams.
Proud of you.
on the Rams as well, like we
Miserable.
said, like Stafford's got his injury concerns.
Yeah.
Looks like Garoppolo's going to be taking meaningful
See,
snaps.
I think the Rams are like year 2 of a soft rebuild.
I
I
think
don't.
so too.
I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't see them Super Bowl.
Other than
busts.
Stafford, I
So
think.
the reason why
Yeah.
I'm saying this is because I don't, and the other point to consider as well is that McVay's love affair for coaching is very like ebbs and flows.
I
Like,
think
remember?
if McVay doesn't think he's a contender at the end of this year when Stafford leaves,
Yeah, he's
he'll
like,
probably
deuces,
retire.
I'm out.
Because he tried to do it a few years ago.
Exactly.
And-
That's my point.
And I think that it's probably more likely. It's probably more likely they get a veteran quarterback. How many first rounders do you reckon it takes to get Burrow?
Oh, that'd be fun.
well,
Burrow in LA would be fun.
there's all
Suits his
these
dress style.
things are on. See what I mean? There's so many things, so many balls in the air at the moment. That's why I'm like, it's kind of like a
Do you reckon that-
Again,
make or break year.
I think they're more. I think if they were to go to the division,
Well, that's why they're
round-
honorable mentions, because
Yeah,
it's not
I think,
like
I think,
quite
they're,
like
I think they're more playoff.
they're like Super
Yeah.
Bowl caliber teams,
Yeah,
but they're
that's
kind of
fair.
like in the mix.
I think
Maybe
the
kind of
Stafford
thing.
part's the biggest thing with the Rams. I think it's the
I
Stafford.
don't
part.
underestimate the McVay part. Don't
And
underestimate that.
that McVay's a good
Do
point
you
too.
think that if Atlanta's picks inside the top 6 and they go up to Burrow, since he says no,
I think it depends.
so it'd be
on
2
Cincy.
first rounders and a player?
What's happened with Cincy? If it's the end of the season, they're 7
Let's just say
and
it's
9 again.
the exact same
Exact same
season as
thing?
last year,
Which is pretty likely. Let's be
I
honest.
which is the
don't-
most likely scenario.
I don't think the Bengals will be able to say no because I think Burrow will be like,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm outski.
Yeah.
I'm not playing for you.
Yeah.
Get rid
That's
of
what
me."
I'm saying.
Which would be a dirty thing to do to Jamar Chase and T Higgins.
Can
after
someone-
getting him.
Oh no, they're just slightly less of a package than us.
Yeah,
Much
but
less of a package than
yeah, but
us.
Yeah.
also like, hang on, it's not really that dirty because he did get them paid. Like,
He got T
They're-
Higgins
they're
paid.
earning-
Jamar Chase is getting paid no matter what. Anyone was paying. Jamar.
Yeah.
well, I don't disagree with that. That's
Yeah,
fair.
he got T Higgins paid, and I don't think there's a deal for the Rams in that scenario where they can get Burrow and Jamar Chase.
I don't hate it.
No.
Burrow
It'd
to
be
the Rams-
awesome. It'd be
Burrow to
awesome.
the Rams, I don't hate it.
I don't know how they do it. They'd have to give up the draft for the next 10 years.
Are we rubber stamping that early? Burrow to the
Someone
Rams
time
next year?
stamp that.
Burrow
I,
to the Rams.
I want to put that out in the
Burrow
universe.
to the Rams.
Solid, Scotty. I like it. Okay, so the
I'll
third
get a
honorable
clip.
mention is the
Hey, clip it. If I say that, then Opus does it.
cool.
Does it?
Apparently.
Shout out Opus.
Apparently.
Is the
I'll
Philly?
let you know in an hour.
So I'll put the Eagles in as the third honorable mention for obviously because we're the defending
We're
champions.
expecting the drop off.
I'm not expecting any drop off at all. to be
Wait,
perfectly
hang on,
honest.
hang
There's
on.
always a Super Bowl hangover.
Whoa. You're not expecting Saquon Barkley. So you're expecting Saquon Barkley to have 2,000
No.
all-purpose yards.
No.
Do you know that there's never
No.
been a running back that's had over 300 carries in a season that's played every game the year after? Actually, there's never been one that's played more than 12 games.
Right. Okay. That's interesting.
Which I said,
The caveat being that the line for Philly is pretty good.
yes,
So-
don't get me wrong. I think they could.
The
lose
the
Saquon
reason
for
why
a
I'm not
few
expecting-
games,
like,
but
we've got-
I don't want to spend too much time.
we've got a
talking
loaded roster. We've got a great defense, great DC.
top 5 QB.
I'm not
Why?
I'm not expecting a huge drop off.
Why?
I'm not
Why do
expecting
you
any
do
drop
this
off at all.
to us?
Personally,
I don't think there'll be any drop off. They'll win the division.
I think
No,
we're
no,
easily going to win the
I think
division.
there'll be a
and
drop-off.
We'll be
But
in the battle for the 1 seed. I'd disagree completely. I don't think there'll be any drop off.
I think they could be better next year. That's what makes me feel sick. I think they could be better. They've got
Yeah.
a lot of young guys.
Young guys that are getting better. We're really young on defense.
Apart from N'Kobe Dean, who else got hurt?
No.
No one.
How often does that happen 2 years in a row?
Yeah, but we play with the injuries.
We're
off at the
doing
most
injuries
stupid.
off.
No, I'm just.
Scott.
You want to talk about a drop off? You have to account for
No,
injury.
we don't account for injuries here, bro. Come on.
The only one
I
that
know you're new
concerns me
here,
is
but we don't account for injuries.
Yeah,
here, bro.
new guy. I'll bump you back down to intern if you're not careful.
Whoa. Let's not say things we can't take back.
You know what, Scott? I'll take it back.
No, I just think that statistically speaking, that there will be a drop off for Philly.
always a bit
There
of a
was
hangover.
so many good things that happened that exceeded expectations. That even if they went back to expectations, that would be a drop off.
There's no way AJ Brown keeps it buttoned up for another season. There's
No,
no way.
I've got more faith in AJ Brown than what I do Saquon doing the exact same thing that he did last year.
Yeah,
Expecting Saquon to run for 2,000 yards again is lunacy. He's
But
not going to do that.
but
But
that'd
that's
be-
what I'm
but
saying. That's
that'd
the
be
drop off.
That'd be drop off.
Yeah, all right. There's levels to
And
drop
then your
off.
Yeah,
whole
of course there's
There's levels to
Yeah.
a drop
They're
off.
still going to win the division.
Like, he had 2,400 yards, including playoffs. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
he's not going to do that. So if he has 1,800 yards, including playoffs, like, that's still pretty fucking good, mate.
If he did, is he the best running back ever? If he did it
That's
again?
a separate let's have that conversation this time next year.
All right, Super Bowl bus.
All right. Who's your number
So
5?
number 5 is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Kansas City. No, I read the wrong team. Is the Kansas City Chiefs, and
I thought you'd get them in here.
the main reason I've got them on the
I
list
thought they were one.
is because they copped an absolute walloping.
Yep.
In the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
they were
they definitely
embarrassed
did. They did.
in front of the world.
And Taylor Swift.
Mahomes was crying,
He
and
did cry a little bit. Yep.
Can you shut the fuck up?
These are facts. I'm
Can
just
you-
I'm
These are
confirming facts.
facts.
No, you're egging him on. Just
No,
shut up.
he's
Let
not
him get
egging-
through his
he's not-
monologue.
God, I know what I'm doing.
so I think two things for the Chiefs. One, their pedigree and their winning, the amount of winning that they've done in recent memory. A Super Bowl is the only thing that will satisfy them as an organization.
That's fair.
Anyway,
Yeah,
right?
that's fair.
So regardless of the walloping they copped, but I think the second part of it is they need that Super to restore their aura,
Yeah,
as the
that's
young guys
yeah.
say today.
Oh,
No,
is that
I
why I
agree.
didn't understand what you meant?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So like
Their reputation took a hit in that Super Bowl.
because it's happened twice now.
that fear level of them,
Right.
it just dropped
The
off.
aura, the mystique
Yeah.
around the Chiefs, that the Mahomes winning time thing, like
You know what
you
it
can
is?
see the chink in their armor now.
This is to certify their dynasty.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is like not just a Super Bowl thing. This is a dynasty thing. This is
Right.
above
Yeah,
Because
Super
that would,
Bowl
if
bus.
they won the Super Bowl next year, would that be 4 in 6 years?
for
4 in
Yeah.
6 years, and then lost one to the Bucks. So it'd
Lost
be-
the Bucks.
who?
lost the Bucks and then Eagles.
They've gone. When was the last AFC team that went to the Super Bowl that wasn't?
The Bengals.
It was the Bengals against the Rams.
Yeah, they've been. Yeah, they've lost. They've gone
That's what I'm saying. So
3 and 2
their
in
winning
6 years.
pedigree, a Super Bowl is the only thing that they will accept anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, it's Super Bowl or bust. Yep.
So
that's fair.
yeah, and
And when you have
definitely-
Mahomes, and people can agree or disagree, but Mahomes is he's the only quarterback in the NFL now that's getting talked about in the same aura
Echelon?
of Tom Brady, right?
agreed.
That's
Yep.
the only one that can be, and the only one that is even in the argument of this discussion.
Yep.
If he
Currently
goes and
playing, yes.
currently playing. If he goes and wins a Super Bowl, his fourth Super Bowl,
He's right there.
it's getting him closer and
Yeah.
closer.
He's right there.
Yeah, I agree.
So Yeah,
So-
I agree with that.
And I think they
That's
needed
fine.
to, like I said, to reestablish their mystique.
Yeah, I agree with you a lot. There
And
is
that mystique,
for the first time ever, I've been like, I think they'll win the division, and I think they'll be a better team than last year, but not have as many wins.
Yep.
But that fear it's faded a little bit.
do you agree with this statement that I'm about to make? That fear, that mystique, whatever you aura, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
plays a big role in them winning games.
Yes, people are
I
scared
think
to
that-
play him, especially
No,
in Arrowhead.
I think that they're just very battle tested in a lot of high pressure scenarios.
Yeah.
They're like, we've been here before. We know we can win this.
Obviously, a lot of that comes to coaching as well.
Like I remember, like I don't know. This is in the past, but like when Seattle were elite, it would be like they might be down by 2 scores at halftime, and they'll go out and go, "No, fuck you. We're just going to run the ball. We're playing. We don't care. We're playing the game on our terms.
Here
The
comes
scoreboard does
Marshawn.
not matter.
Here comes
Yeah,
Marshawn.
the scoreboard doesn't matter. I think the Chiefs are very much the same. It's just like, hey, we've been here before. Doesn't matter. We can score in 13 seconds or we can score in 9. We don't 9 minutes. We don't care. We can do both.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So
Number 4.
but that's a fair one. Yeah.
So number 4 is the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I agree with this.
So I've got these guys down as one last ride.
Yep.
Because the window, in my opinion, is shut. The window's shut. But in their mind, it's like we got one last ride.
I think the window's shut, but if it was ever going to be open slightly, it's this season. It's the only chance because I think it's a pretty.
It's in their mind, it's probably like a jar.
It's a pretty I think calling it a soft rebuild after this season's probably.
No, I think it's going to have to be like a hard
it's going to be a
reset.
rebuild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a couple of notes that I've got here is like, I think because a lot of people talk about Shanahan as like this really great offensive mind and this and that and the other, but like the reality is like he needs to get over that hump and win a Super Bowl because he's had in the big games, in the big moments, he's kind of like shit the bed a few times. Like if you even back in Atlanta, you know, the 28-3, like he shit the bed there in Atlanta. He's been to 2 Super Bowls with San Francisco, and they've had late leads in both. One was an overtime lead, one was a fourth quarter lead, and they've lost both. Like, I think he's playing like a little bit for his legacy this year as well. He needs to like prove to the NFL world that like, yeah, I'm not just a great play caller and a great offensive mind and I can scheme guys open. Like I can actually win the big game.
I also think if they're bad this year, like not a playoff team this year, I think we might see Shanahan not like quit coaching, but be like it's time for me to go
to move on from San Francisco. I don't even disagree.
It's time for me to maybe
he's going to skip the rebuild.
Yeah, he'll just be like, you know what?
He's not really a rebuild kind of cat anyway.
Well,
really?
in fairness, when he took over San Fran, they were bad.
Yeah,
because I badmouthed him and said, "Wait for a better team."
Sure,
and egg on my face. He did a pretty good job.
This one's interesting for me because I externally don't think that the 49ers are a Super Bowl or bust team, but I think internally that they're probably
they think
I think that their window's done. Last year was the writing on the wall. Like they've gone to so many championship games and so many Super Bowls. They've almost played another season, and they're an aging roster.
Yeah, that's my last point that I've got here. Aging roster. Trent Williams ain't getting any younger. Nope. George Kittle's beat up. McCaffrey's coming off. You know, he's an injury-prone guy anyway, and he's coming off two Achilles from last year.
I think McCaffrey's going to have a really good year.
Yeah, see, I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe it's just
he's pushing 30, coming off 2 Achilles. He only played 3 games last year.
Yeah, and it was weird. It was like he's coming back, he's not coming back.
He was day to day in training camp.
He's in Germany getting treatment.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. He's day to day in training camp, and then 2 weeks later he's in Germany getting stem cells in his Achilles.
Weird. But I think he'll be. He's been very good in training camp again.
Well,
take it with a bucket of salt. He's been very good in training.
Yeah,
history would tell us with McCaffrey that he'll have an injury, ravaged year. If he gets the full off season the following year, that's almost a offensive player of the year caliber year.
Yeah.
But the scary part now is the age.
Yeah.
The age is the problem.
Well, actually, no. The scary part is the 2 Achilles.
I 100% agree. He's like he'll be 30 in season. I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking up
20. Now. I think he's going to be 29 this year.
Sam's age he's 29 years old now.
I think he's just recently turned 29.
Yeah, his birthday's June 7th, so he's just turned 29. So he'll be 29 for this whole season.
Okay,
which is that time.
That's the year when running backs typically
29
drop
is
off.
that time.
Don't look at like Derrick Henry and think that that's normal. It's not
No,
normal. We're going to talk
no.
about the Ravens later.
Derrick
obviously, but
Henry and
the Ravens
Adrian
Super Bowl
Peterson.
bus.
Adrian Peterson. These guys.
We'll
are
get
not,
to it, mate. Don't worry.
Those guys are not normal comparisons to humans.
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying.
to be fair, Peterson only came back for 1 year, and then
I was more talking about
Declined.
when he blew his knee.
yeah, but like
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
won MVP.
but he only came back for that 1 year, and then he declined.
He did decline.
He
after
did
that.
decline. That's
which
right.
I mean, it was hefty standards, but
All right, who you got at 3?
3, I've got the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So Allen has played well in the playoffs, but I think the reason why I've got them at 3 is because I think this is their shot. This is their year this year.
Yeah.
They have to get it done this year purely because I'm predicting that the Chiefs are going to have a down year, I believe.
Yeah.
And so with that, through that lens, I'm saying that because they've been able to beat the Ravens, they've been able to beat all these other teams, but they just can't get
just the
over that
Chiefs,
Mahomes Chiefs hump.
Yep.
So if the Chiefs are going to have a down year, this is the year that they really need to step up and take advantage of that and break through and make a Super. They have to make a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think you're out of
They got a solid roster. You know, Allen's coming off an MVP season, and obviously with that comes more pressure because more eyes are on it
He
now.
gets judged differently.
He does get judged differently. He does. Like we do it with Lamar too. We say like, you know, he's got all this. He's got the personal accolades now. He's got the runs on the board in terms of like his playoff performances, but you know,
hasn't won it yet.
you got to like break through. You got to. He has to break through this
My
year.
only thing with why I don't think they're Super Bowl or bust, I think that, yes, I agree with you on all the points that it's their time. But no matter what happens at the end of next year, they still have Josh Allen.
True.
The following year, they still, as long as they have him, they have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl every season until he starts playing poorly.
The core part of their players aren't super old either.
No, and they're actually not a studded roster. Like the roster,
the D line's pretty good.
Some of the defensive guys are good, but like there's a lot better rosters in the NFL overall than the Buffalo.
There are,
yeah. And I think that roster last year, you know, we said that he'd be MVP because he was going to carry that team, and he did.
I think they've proved as an organization though they can play above themselves.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then last year definitely proved it. And they were fucking this close.
I'd be so happy if they won a Super Bowl. Like honestly,
Yeah,
I'd be
absolutely,
so
I would be.
You know,
I'd be happy for them.
Like everyone, I'd just be happy to see a Bills Lions Super Bowl, and I wouldn't be upset with whoever won.
No, you just want I want one of these.
The Eagles can fuck off.
They've been through a lot of
Eagles ain't fucking off nowhere, bro.
Unfortunately,
everyone's young and under contract, bro. Well, they ain't fucking off nowhere. You better get used to it, big boy.
Unfortunately, they're not.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, I have hang on, who do I have? I've got the Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
So I kind of feel like this kind of sounds a little bit ominous to say, but I think this is the year of reckoning for the Lions. Like if you look at the past years, you know, they've sort of made, you know, deep playoff runs, just tripping over at the last hurdle. You know, what was it? They lost.
Looking into San Fran being up
0.
they're
up. They had a 17 point. I looked it up. They had a 17-point halftime lead against the 49ers 2 years ago, and they lost that game. And then obviously they got beaten badly last year. By the Commanders, which nobody was going to fucking pick in their building, which was diabolical.
I actually think, and this makes me sad to think this, but I think they missed their shot last year.
This is kind of what I'm saying. Like, I think this is their last year of this current window.
Yeah, but the coordinator.
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
I think with Dan Quinn, he could do a little. They're still
look
an
at their
extremely talented roster.
Look at their core players. You go through all their core players, and I think Goff's the only one that's 30.
Yeah, it's true.
Like Gibbs is still on his first contract. Aiden Hutchinson's still on his first contract. Brian Branch is on his first.
They're signing Christian Wilkinson too. Christian Wilkins, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's
Like
just
Brian Branch is on his first contract.
I don't hate that at all, actually.
Amon Ra St. Brown's 26, 27 without someone fact finding that.
Terrion Arnold going into his second year. Kirby Joseph just got his first contract.
They picked up DJ Reed. Dan Laporta's still on his first contract. So the core guys that make them special are still very
I agree
young.
with you, but there's 2 key things that you're overlooking. Number 1, the loss of both coordinators. That is huge.
Yeah.
A lot of people have not spoken about it this offseason, and
I think they have.
Well, I think if they have spoken about it, I don't think they've fully understood or maybe even downplayed the magnitude of it. Like Ben Johnson was that fucking offense.
Yeah.
Right? He was the key to that offense. Like he made Jared Goff.
We'll see.
In fairness, we don't know that yet.
We'll see.
We do and we will.
Jared Goff had some
they made
pretty good seasons in LA as well.
He had
and he had some
did.
good seasons before Ben Johnson got there.
Yeah, but he looked like a fucking MVP last year.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's not him.
So okay, cool. We're gonna see.
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
yeah.
But you can't discount that a guy with that much talent leaving the building.
No, it's definitely
It's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
Same with Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Leaving the building, that much talent leaving the building is a bad
I'll
thing.
say arguably that Aaron Glenn's a bigger loss because
Fine.
I just
what he
think-
did with the injured defense and
Yeah,
made them still
fine.
relevant.
I think this is why I find this team so polarizing, because on one hand, I'm like this. Last year, all the injuries, it sucked. That's not good. Like that. Like historically, that doesn't happen again, right?
Right. I agree.
I had fingers, toes, balls, everything crossed. That doesn't happen again. Like
You
I
can
just
cross your
don't-
balls.
Yeah, man. I could hit
Stick around later,
I
Scotty.
can,
We'll show you.
I can hit a nail in with them. That's why I just said historically that's not going to happen again. Like Aiden Hutchinson, if he plays a full season last year, he's defensive player of the year. Like it's not even an argument.
Sure.
How well he was going. So many things went wrong. Just on one side, I'm like, did they miss their chance last year with the two coordinators, the injuries they had? Like,
That's
did it
what I'm
screw
saying.
'em? So I think, but yeah, I'm excited to see, because I think it's going to go one way or the other.
I
for the
definitely
Lions.
see your point, but I just think that the core group of the Lions is still
It's a
intact and intact
division,
for a very
tough
long
division
time.
too. Like I'm just
Yeah. Like I said, there's lots of things going against them. but
them.
I just think with the amount of talent they have, but you're right. Because of the amount of talent they have, that makes them in that Super Bowl window still.
Yeah.
They're I guarantee you, Dan Campbell's not sitting in preseason going, you know what, we just make a wild card game. You know, that's our goal.
No.
We just get to the playoffs and see what happens.
When
He's
a
saying,
team-
we're winning the division and we're going to a Super Bowl.
When
That's what
when
he's
a
saying.
team's built this way, how long do you think the Super Bowl window is?
I think it's 5 years personally.
So I would say 3 to 4.
3 to 4 is what I think as well.
So when do you think they hit that window? Because
Last year was year 1.
I think it was
No,
as
I
well.
think last year was year 2.
No,
No,
because the
the
year
year
they lost to
before-
San Fran, they shot off the block.
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They weren't as talented.
I think that's their first.
Oh,
year.
by the
They
way, you can say that's
overachieved.
first
They
year.
overachieved that first year, but I think last year was the first year where they're like, "Where's Super Bowl?"
And I think what's happened as well with the coordinators leaving, it's accelerated the timeline.
Yeah,
little
potentially. Also, that loss to San Fran, they shit the bed that year.
Yeah, they did.
That was their
But
opportunity.
Even
that's-
last year, they had no business losing to the Commanders.
That was, or I think with the injuries, they weren't the Lions. They weren't a full strength.
They beat the Vikings the week before, bro.
Yeah, but the Vikings are pretenders.
Beat the breaks off the Vikings.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Vikings were genuine pretenders.
They weren't pretenders, man. They won 14 games,
Who
mate. You can't
cares?
be
They
a
had a
pretender
soft
and win-
schedule.
What do you mean? Who cares? You can't win 14 NFL games and be a pretender and say
Yes,
who
you
cares.
can.
That
Actually-
makes no
What'd you
sense.
say about the Chiefs
The
last
Vi-
year?
God, that makes no sense.
What'd you say about the Chiefs
No,
all year?
but the Chiefs cheated. That's the difference.
No.
The Chiefs cheated. Don't fucking know me. All right.
No, but the Vikings have made a history of being pretenders.
Yeah.
They're like the ultimate choke job. In my
I came on the show and put them down as
yeah,
a pretender.
yeah,
and they
yeah.
just literally
They choked.
proved it.
They weren't pretenders. They
They
choked.
were pretenders.
Yeah, but I don't think the Lions choked. I think they choked against San Fran 2 years ago.
Agreed.
I don't think they choked last year. I think they ran out of talent
I just-
and they ran out of energy against Washington.
And that's the last thing I was going to say
Mm.
about the Lions. The mental load
Yes.
as well.
Yep.
Like
Pressure.
of fronting up again after losing badly, injuries, like all that mental toll, losing the coordinators. It's all just like piling on. I'm hoping that there's not too many leaks in the boat and they start taking on too much water. That's what I'm concerned about.
Do you know who's the perfect person to take?
Look,
all these
I agree.
bullets?
Dan Campbell is the perfect person.
And
Imagine how
he's
many
been there.
buckets of water you get out of a boat a minute.
He's been
Like
there. He's
thousands.
done it before. I understand what you're saying. And I do see all your points. But I'm just saying that I think that maybe this Lions team may be an anomaly compared to other teams that would be in the same situation.
Yeah.
I think Dan Campbell can just weather that load and he just cops everything. He's got the shoulders. He'll carry everything.
Yeah.
He'll be okay. He'll say the
he'll
right
shield
things.
the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll find out.
No one will be happier than me,
Yeah.
so that we can beat them in the NFC Championship.
Can we guess your number one team?
The Baltimore Ravens
Uh,
are the most Super Bowl or bust team in the NFL, and anyone that knows anything about ball will not disagree with me.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson is the most desperate player in the league for a Super Bowl win.
Yep.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep.
He's the only multiple time MVP to not have a championship.
Or
is
to
that
make it.
true?
Yep. multiple MVP to not have a
Just thinking
championship.
them Rodgers.
No,
Favre.
it's true. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Henry, I looked it up. Don't worry. Henry is 31 this
Mhm.
year,
He is.
and this might be his last great year.
I think last year was his.
Personally, I think last year was his last great year.
Yeah.
I think the fall off is coming this year.
I've made the mistake too many times. I'm refusing to get off the Derrick Henry.
That's
bus.
fine.
I'm going to get off it a year late.
That's
and
fine.
I'm comfortable with that.
I prefer to be a year early.
yeah,
than a year late.
I'm happy to get off.
and
it
that's
late.
fine. You can be a year
And
late,
it's
no
not
problem.
disrespectful. It's just there's
No, it's
too
not.
many
It's
factors
just
now.
father time, mate. He's undefeated. Simple.
You
as
can't
that.
have that workload at age 30 and then expect the same result at age 31. in the
I think it's
NFL.
very naive to expect the same result.
Yeah.
If you know anything.
for an elusive running back like that doesn't get hit. You know,
I've heard he's a bit of a hammer, which goes. That's why George likes him.
So
Them stick together, bro.
this is without a doubt
I agree.
their last
For Harbrow,
their last
for Lamar.
chance.
Oh, I don't think it's their last chance because again, the same thing with the Bills. They've still got Lamar.
Yeah, but
So as long as they've
no.
got Lamar-
I think for this Ravens,
For
they
this
will have to.
current Ravens. yeah.
They would. I think if
There's a bit of a soft rebuild coming.
yes, that's
If they
exactly
don't-
what I was going to say.
Because I'll get rid of Harbrow and a new coach will
They should.
ultimately make changes.
They should. They
A
should.
They-
new
will.
coach isn't coming in and going, yeah, just give me the same team. I'll run it back. Like
Yeah.
it's
so
changing.
the thing you are over
Hmm.
estimating, not overestimating Lamar. It's not the right word, but like you're putting too much faith in him, saying that if they've got Lamar, they've got a shot at a Super Bowl. They've had Lamar all this time. He's had 2, 3, 4, 5
Yeah, but there's
MVP
so what's the
caliber
difference between
seasons.
them and the Bills?
What's
Because
the
I think they're a
difference
very
between-
similar position.
Well,
Well,
I think-
they've
I
been
think
there. They've been there
Actually,
longer.
The Ravens have been better for longer.
Yeah, they've been there for
Okay.
longer. They've been,
And they're a
it's-
better organization. They've been a better organization for longer too.
So what's the
So
Ravens
the
have
expectations
there?
are higher.
That's fair. And then so what's the difference between Lamar and Josh Allen? Is it just the fact that Lamar's won 2 MVPs?
Well,
without a
Lamar
championship?
probably came on the scene a few years earlier. Oh, maybe Lamar
I
was
think
at that
I think
higher
they're in the
echelon.
same- They're in the same draft.
Yeah, but I think maybe Lamar was in that higher echelon of quarterback.
That's it. I'm
rankings
not
earlier.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the Ravens are the ultimate Super Bowl bust team
Yep.
this season as well. But I think one thing I want to highlight is that we seem to grade Lamar at a much harsher degree than we grade Josh Allen.
Not
No,
anymore now that Josh Allen's got an MVP.
You think that'll change it? You think
I
that's
think
a
it
bit of a
does.
change?
No, I don't think we grade him harshly. I think we grade him fairly. I think he's an exceptional.
And in all fairness, that Lamar has gone missing in
That's
playoff games
That's right.
where Josh Allen's had heartbreaking losses that have been out of his control.
That's right. Where he's performed to the best of his
Mahomes
capabilities.
scoring with 13 seconds on the clock
Yeah,
to knock
that's
him out
right.
in
Yeah.
overtime,
Yeah,
where they had to change
we'll
the
change the
rules
fucking
to
rule.
make it more
That's
fair.
exactly right.
And then, like say what you want, with the QB sneak or the power QB, whatever it was, that if you need 1 yard, you get 4. He's still got 2.
yeah.
So,
and again, Chiefs cheated.
but they still got 2. They should have still got that first down and had a chance to win that
Yeah,
game.
and going back to your
But
point,
Lamar hasn't done that. He hasn't.
that's right. That's
had that
exactly right.
opportunity
I don't think he's
to
graded
cement that.
harshly. Like,
Yeah.
he's an exceptional regular season quarterback
Yep.
who has had lackluster, subpar performances
to his standard.
to his standard and
Yeah.
to his team standard. Like, people talk about the Ravens like it's just Lamar and a bunch of fucking scrubs. That's not the case.
No, they're not. You're right.
They've been a good fucking team for a long time. Like, you go back to that 2019 team, they had
I
Pro
think that-
Bowlers and All Pros everywhere.
I think they've had the most All Pros in the league for the past 5 years. I saw something today. about it.
Exactly.
They were
Last year-
definitely up.
Last year, they were the number 1 offense, and they were like a top, I think, a top 10 defense or even a top 5
The
defense.
defense
Like,
crumbled late. They did.
Right.
The defense have crumbled in playoffs.
so,
as well.
so people need to stop this narrative of like, oh, it's just Lamar working with scrubs. It ain't.
No,
He's got a loaded
No.
fucking team, but more loaded than the Chiefs, more
Yep.
loaded than the Bills,
Yep.
probably equally loaded as the Eagles. Well, in fact, ESPN, when they did their preseason ratings, they rated them the number 1 team.
No, I think
This
the Ravens,
offseason.
I think the Ravens are going to be very good, personally.
So
I agree with you.
And you know
trust me,
what?
I
You're
agree with
right. They will be
I just
very
think
good.
sometimes we grade Lamar to a different level. And in fairness, it's probably because he's
This
got
is-
2 MVPs.
This is
and
why I
the
grade
pressure's been
them
there.
in a different level, because I would say that Lamar is in year 4 of their Super Bowl window,
Yeah.
and still hasn't made an AFC Championship game.
That's right.
Josh Allen is probably in year 2 or
could-
3 of his
You
window
could almost argue that Josh Allen and the Bills did a soft rebuild
last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I agree. We
cut all
said
their
that.
defense. Yeah.
We
They
said
got
that.
rid of so much talent.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs. Like people forget Stephon Diggs was on the Bills roster 2 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like they cut
Now
cords
he's on
everywhere.
And
Cardi
yes,
B's boat.
when
He dumped her because she smells.
and when you've had
Like
she does
trash
smell.
juice. The
Quote.
trash bag juice.
Quote.
when you've had 3, 4, 5 MVP level caliber seasons,
Yeah.
yes, the spotlight is going to be on you because
Yeah.
you need to fucking make it happen in the
That's the
playoffs,
nature
man.
of it. Yeah, like I said, if anyone from the AFC makes, obviously someone else is going to make the Super Bowl. Bills or Ravens are my
And all this talk like I hate Lamar,
Mine the
I hate the
Chiefs.
Ravens. I don't hate Lamar. I actually like him. Actually, when I hear him talk, I actually think he's quite funny. He says funny
He's
things.
awesome. Yeah.
I think he's really
very,
funny.
very likable guy.
He's a very
Yeah.
likable guy.
So
And
Josh Allen. I think that's what makes it so hard because they're both so likable.
and but at the end of the day, like you got to make it happen in the playoffs.
we'll see what happens. That was good though, Georgie boy.
Yeah.
Good list.
So
I don't think you were too out of line.
I think it's pretty definitive. Let's be
I would
honest.
say it's the most definitive list I've ever heard.
From me or just in general.
Well, if it's from you, definitely.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
In general, it's the second most behind the coach's answer scale because
Wow.
that list was
I'm,
definitive.
I'm keen to see your one from this year.
And mathematic. I don't find a new coach. so
Mike
I can't even remember
Mike
them all.
McDaniel's going to be pretty high on that list. I'll
Lance-
tell you what.
No, he's on a new coach.
No, new coach. Liam
Oh,
Cohen.
he's on a new
Liam
coach,
Cohen.
is it?
Fair chance old Cowboys coach might get a bit of a bad rap.
Shoddy. I like Shoddy.
Nah, that's a terrible fucking hire.
Nah,
I
Shoddy's
like
all right.
I
Shoddy's
think
all
I
right.
think
Hang on a minute. No other team wanted him to be the offensive coordinator, and Dallas made him the head coach. He's clearly there as
What do you-
Jerry's puppet. Come on, bro.
I might be gaslit or like Stockholm syndrome into liking him, but I don't know. I like him. I'm Team Shoddy.
Yeah.
Quick-
But you know what? We'll know next week. The scale will tell us what
True.
we think is Shoddy.
You know what? There's a very real chance that the Cowboys win 5 games this year.
Have you seen the schedule?
Yeah, the
There's
schedule.
an incredibly real chance.
Yeah, I had a quick look at it.
There's a
through the
chance
week.
they go on like a 9-game losing streak.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
Like as I said, that they could be a good team this year and easily miss out on the playoffs.
Nah, I don't think that will be a good team.
I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be bad. I think that they'll be middle of the pack, and the schedule will destroy it.
That's my point. They'll be a middle of the pack team, but could only win 5 games because their schedule's fucking disastrous.
100%. All right, that's it for us this week. Shout out to Georgie Boy on the Super Bowl or bust list. We do have the great man himself back next week.
Oh, we do.
Boy.
I'm looking forward to this is going to be the homecoming welcome back party.
I've been missing. It's been a slog. Brock, I miss you. Come back. We need you.
No, I don't miss you. Fuck you, bro. No, that's a lie. I
You
miss
loved him, like,
No,
you
I
crying.
do. I love it.
He's
No.
going to be in fits when we're talking about the Ravens.
Yeah, he's gonna be really upset.
He's-
I'll
he's
make
a
sure I
gro-
send him a message and say make sure you listen to the M, Brocky.
He's a grown man. Tell him to get a box of Kleenex, man.
Let us know what you think of the new studio setup.
Yeah.
Love to hear your thoughts. Follow
If we
us
forgot
on-
anyone for the Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, let us know if there's any Super Bowl or bust. Your thoughts on anything we talked about. Comment, like, bash the bell, as Scotty says.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Bash the fuck out of it.
And we'll see you all next week.
Peace.
Peace,
Ciao.
everyone.